Located right on the campus of the University of Florida is the Florida Museum of Natural History.
Here's a screen that makes it look like there are animals with us, and Vivian loves this.
This is the state-sponsored Natural History Museum. Within the same complex is a performing arts museum and an art museum. Entrance to the Natural History Museum is free, but there's also a butterfly rainforest and an interactive fossil exhibit called Fantastic Fossils. And those two do have a cost. Hi, and welcome to Aiken Adventures.
We're taking you to do all the best things in all the best places all around Florida.
Today we're taking you to the Florida Museum of Natural History.
Over here is a play area called the Discovery Zone.
This section is perfect for Vivian. She can learn about insects, dinosaurs, archaeology, animals. This is a flounder fish. And so much more.
This is the octopus.
This is pretty neat. You can see the insects through a little magnifying glass.
I think one of her favorite things was driving the boat. Next, we're going to check out Fantastic Fossils. They gave us this token in order to get in. In this exhibit, you can see hundreds of unusual fossils from all around Florida.
In this section, she can assemble a dinosaur.
There's an interactive touchscreen that's all about different kinds of tiny fossils. And you can watch actual researchers prepare fossils before your very eyes. You can actually engage with them one-on-one.
And so that they can take it back in one day. This is another turtle shell.
Now we're heading off to the butterfly rainforest. After passing through an interesting hallway that feels like a tunnel surrounded by different kinds of butterfly videos, you head into a giant area that has all different kinds of butterfly specimens from around the world. And we made our way into the space where all the butterflies live. This exhibit mimics a tropical paradise, and it features hundreds of butterflies from around the world. And it's basically like a giant greenhouse. You have to be careful where you step, not just step on the butterflies. There are educational placards scattered all throughout the exhibit that'll teach you everything you didn't even know you wanted to know about butterflies. There are even tiny little tropical birds. Be sure also to stop by the rearing lab and see everything from caterpillars to butterflies and metamorphosis. There are also other labs where butterflies and insects of all different kinds are being collected and studied, and conservation efforts are taking place.
This section right here teaches us how to conserve energy in our homes.
Now we're going to head through all of the exhibits. Seem to be basically arranged based upon the different regions of Florida. The first one that we come to is Northwest Florida. This part kind of feels like a wetland, and all of these logs you can open up and look at what might be inside of dead wood. Wow, look at that. It's a little frog. Now we're gonna wander through the caves. What you doing? Inside this part, you learn all about the different kinds of animals that live inside of the caves. Now we're out in the fields of Florida. This giant replica of a pitcher plant is so cool. Now we're gonna learn about the native peoples of Florida. The scene in this diorama represents an exchange of exotic goods between the leader from the Chattahoochee Landing on the Apalachicola River and a visiting nobleman from a tribe in Etowah, which is present-day Georgia. This exhibit ends with a tidal marsh. and information about the barrier islands habitats. And now we're back at the Discovery Zone. Now we're heading off to South Florida. The opening section features the various people who've lived in South Florida throughout the centuries. And now we're immersed in a South Florida estuary.
Back here is a replica of the mangrove forests.
Now we've been turned into a small fish and we're gonna journey underwater. In this exhibit, you learn all about the Calusa Indians and the history of fishing along the Gulf Coast. And don't forget to visit the Calusa leader's home. Then, of course, learn about Seminole textiles. And now we're off to the Florida Fossil exhibit. This exhibit features fossils which have been found all over Florida. All right, we're gonna let Vivian finish up playing at the Discovery Zone. And for even more great things that you can do all around the Gainesville area,
Click this video right here.